Second marriage is pretty common, but if you do remarry, did you know experts say you may want to keep your finances separate?
Joining us to talk more about this morning is Kirtus Brutsman from Wild Wealth Management Group. Good morning. Nothing is less romantic than talking about money.
Yeah, good morning.
Especially when you're going into a second marriage. But let's start with a prenup. A lot of people think about this. If you have a lot of money, do you have to have a lot of money to consider this as an option?
Yeah, prenups really aren't romantic when you're looking for your wedding dress.
Yeah, right?
But I do think they're important. Usually not for the happy couple. Sometimes it's for the aging parents or the kids they have from a previous marriage, or maybe it's the businesses that they had. I think it's important just to lay that groundwork, to have a good, healthy start, or to really show some red flags to be addressed.
You know what's interesting? January is usually the highest month for divorces. So it's interesting that we're talking about this. I'm wondering why this is recommended for the second divorce and not just the first one, to do it right the first time.
You know, many times when you start out, you don't have any assets.
You've got nothing.
And so it's really there to protect the assets for those other people.
Let's talk about the living expenses. Prenup or not, you have bills to pay when you remarry, and you say maybe have a joint fund, but then keep some separate accounts as well.
Yeah, constantly negotiating who's going to pay the bill or how to split the family expenses. I think it can be so stressful for marriage, especially a new marriage. And so, if you can create a systematic way to divide those expenses. And so, what we do is to tell people to open a joint account and to have them put set percentages into that account, just to have it systematically paid out so that you can take away those stresses.
It sounds so much like a business now. Is this basically what it is?
Yeah,
You're setting yourself up to not, for lack of a better word, get screwed in the end.
I think it comes down to communication.
Yeah.
Right? Any relationship is vital to have open dialogue. There was a recent study that said that 70% of couples are intimidated to talk about finances. And I think if you're able to bring in a professional, to be that emotional advocate, to be able to put all the financial baggage, all those financial cards on the table, and you can just really eliminate a lot of that stress.
Yeah. So talk about it up front.
Yes.
On the second go round.
We learned your lesson in that first marriage.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, how much would you pay for this forecast? It's been pretty nice this week, don't you think?
Love it.
How much is it worth?
He's worth his
If
weight in
Ian
gold.
takes pay